I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. You ready for that phone interview?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. So the first question that I have for you is, why did you originally decide to come to SSE for your education over other schools in the area?
SSC was the closest school, and my parents trusted SSC over any of the other colleges.
What did you say? The last thing?
My parents trusted SSC over any of the other colleges in the surrounding area.
Got it. And then, what is your major again? One more time for me.
Electronics, engineering, technology.
Okay. And is your purpose in coming to SSC to brush up on your skills in engineering, or to actually receive a degree or certificate?
To actually receive a degree and certificate.
A degree and a certificate?
Yes. My degree has both 3 certifications and the degree.
Are you planning on going for all 3 certifications?
Yes, I have 2 already, and I'm waiting to get the last one. That's when I get my diploma.
Cool. What are the 2 that you have right now?
Cabling technician and digital electronics.
And then can you tell me, one sec. Sorry about that. Can you tell me when you're anticipating to complete your education at SSC?
Summer 2019.
I'm sorry, what was that? December 2019?
Summer.
Summer 2019.
May.
Oh, so this upcoming year.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then I know that you said that you're planning to continue your education in engineering after graduating. Can you tell me where you're thinking about going and what you're thinking about doing after you graduate from here?
I haven't officially decided where I'm going to go because I'm still up in the air.
Uh-huh.
I already sent my applications in.
Gotcha. And then what's your eventual career goal, and how is SSC helping you get there?
Eventually, I do want to work for major corporations such as, Apple or Google, a part of their electronics department.
Cool. Is there something specific that you want to do there?
Haven't really thought about it, really.
No, that's okay. I was just curious. And then how is SSC helping you reach that goal?
Well, all the resources SSC has provided has been bar none. This is the most I've seen any program do.
Go ahead.
This is the most I've seen any other program do. I have been to Perry State and Moraine. They mentioned their programs, but this is the most diverse program, and I'm really glad to be a part of this program. So yeah.
What would you say makes our program at SSC stand out over all the others?
You're able to actually do everything hands-on, and the labs are open. There's open labs. The advisors, the teachers, they all make it easy to talk to them and easy to connect with them and get help when you need it.
Tell me a little bit about the labs that you utilize here at SSC.
I use the Maker Lab and the Electronics Lab.
And what kinds of things did you get to do in these labs?
The Maker Lab, you get to use the universal laser machines. That's where you can engrave a cutting board or make a keychain, things like that. In the Electronics Lab, you get to do things like make an amplifier or a stereo speaker.
Cool.
Things like that.
So you've gotten to learn how to do these things in those labs?
The last one, the amplifier speaker, I'm doing that currently.
Cool.
While I'm in class.
That's awesome. Now, one of the things, too, that you mentioned in one of your other responses was the people here and some of the mentors that you have here. Can you tell me about some of your mentors here and just a little bit about them?
Well, my main mentor is Desmond Campbell. He's the head over electronics and engineering here.
Why would
at the college.
Yeah, why would you consider him a mentor?
He became my professor when I first got here, and he just seemed well versed in all things electronics, basically. Mm-hmm. And once I got to know more about who he was in the field, it was easy to ask him if he could be my mentor as I transition and go into the degree program.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Desmond. I think he's a super cool guy and super smart.
Yeah.
Why did you, I know that we talked about this a little bit the other day, but can you tell me why you decided on a career in engineering?
I decided on a career in engineering basically because, it started with TV, and I saw different guys, I forget what show I was watching. It might have been Zoom.
Oh my gosh, Zoom, yeah! I used to love Zoom.
They were doing some science projects, and they did this project where it had a battery with an incandescent lamp or a regular light bulb with some wires connected to it, and they just started, I guess, I forget what they were doing, but when it turned on, I was like, that's cool. So that was the first spark. But once I got a cell phone, I got my hands on a cell phone, I was able to actually take it apart and put it back together, and I would see the insides of it, and I was like, that's really cool, and I want to see how you can actually do it. I wonder if you can do it. And once I got to high school, I was able to see, take apart a gaming system, Xbox or PlayStation 1 at the time. So,
that's cool.
Looking at the inside of those things was that's really cool. I want to do that. And then coming here, it's I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. What high school did you go to?
Thornton High School. Okay,
cool. And you got to take apart a gaming system there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Neat. And then can you tell me, so you said that you would also take apart computers at home, right? I think that was one of the things that you told me the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And then, so would you say that you've kind of always wanted to work in engineering ever since you were a little kid?
I would say that, yeah, because it came natural. It wasn't, forced.
Yeah.
My parents already exposed me to different types of things already. I went to a engineering camp in the 4th grade, and that's when I really got exposed to a lot of it. And then once I got to high school, it's all over again. We're doing this again. It's more and more and more. So, and then I got into the software area too. I'm not as interested in the software part, but I think I could get into software if I really wanted to. But electronics is where I love.
What's the difference? What's the difference in those two?
Well, computer software is generally you're just programming different, you're take a gaming system and you're putting the games onto the hard drive, send it to the motherboard to tell it to, I want to play Pac-Man, basically. And electronics, you're basically building the parts that you give to the software engineers to tell them to program it.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. It makes perfect sense. I'm
okay.
That helps me understand. So thank you. And then was there someone? I know that you said that your parents exposed you kind of to engineering type things when you were little, and it sounds like too you watched things that were more fun, and they made it fun for you when you were younger too. Was there someone specifically who sparked your interest in the field, or was it just kind of a wide variety of different people?
I would say the first person would probably be a friend at church. He would always go to, I think at the time I was really little, and he was in school for engineering. And sometimes he would bring to church some of the things that like he would have, or some of his projects that he would have. He would show them to us and like show us how they work. So I guess that would be the first sighting of engineering. Or
yeah, that's cool. Do you still keep in touch with him?
Yeah, I still go to the same church. So yeah, he's grown up now. So I'm in his spot where he was at that point.
Cool. What is he up to now?
He has a family. He's working for a major engineering company. Forget the name.
That's awesome. Do you still consider him to be a mentor to you?
Yes, I definitely ask him questions and get his opinion on different things that I'm doing within school, too.
Awesome.
Along with Mr. Campbell.
Yeah. And so another question, too. Are you currently working a part or a full-time job while you're going to school?
Yeah, I am working in the Maker Lab, so it's kind of funny that I got exposed to the Maker Lab and I ended up working there. So I work in the Maker Lab Thursdays and Saturdays.
Okay, cool. And were you working there before you got into your field, or was it after? Like, I guess did you start doing that first and then decide that you wanted to major in engineering, or did you decide you wanted to major in engineering first and then were exposed to the Maker Lab and then got a job there?
Well, when I first came in, I originally wanted to major in computer hardware engineering. So they didn't have really a lot to offer computer hardware engineering besides the A+ program. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Campbell, he told me about the electronics program, and it was like a branch of the computer hardware. They kind of worked together hand in hand. Mm-hmm. So I considered it, and I got into it. And after the first year, after I finished my core classes, or I guess the last semester of my core classes, I got into the Maker Lab. And then it's been 3 years now.
That you got into working in the Maker Lab?
Yeah.
So you've been working there 3 years?
Pretty much.
Okay, got it.
I think by spring it'll be 3.
Okay, got it. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly. So what how many hours do you work in the Maker Lab a week?
10.
10 hours a week? That's pretty cool, and it's kind of impacting your field there too. So
yeah.
You kind of get to have a little bit of a head start then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, that's
you get
awesome.
To work with different machines, and if you troubleshoot, it's kind of helping you with classwork too, so yeah.
Awesome. Is there something in particular that you're passionate about when it comes to engineering? I know that you said that, what was your specific major again? Electronics? Mm-hmm. What is it about this that's so interesting or so important to you?
What makes it so interesting? I guess I would say you actually, when you first start to make your first circuit in electronics class, and you see it work, that's when you say, okay, well, that's when I say I can actually do this. So that was the first class. So I guess compared to now, it's like, I think I can do this. It's pretty cool, and it's like I'm growing to really, really like it the more I do it, and it's the hands-on aspect that I like.
So you just said that you put a circuit together at SSC. Have you been able to do anything, like apply this to your home setting? Like if, I don't know if this is just an example, but if like something broke in your house, related to electronics engineering, like would you be comfortable or would you know how to fix that now?
Yeah, actually, after my second class in electronics, my mom told me about a broken light switch in our house that was connected to our fan. And she asked me if I thought I could fix it. So I took it out, took the fan and the light part out, and before I did that, I asked Mr. Campbell if he had any suggestions before I did anything.
Well,
because I didn't want to mess up the house.
Right, or hurt yourself, right?
Yeah. So I did that, and then once he gave me some tips, I applied those, and I took apart the fan, and then I disassembled the light fixture part. And I just changed the wire. I had some leftover wire from the previous project from the previous semester. I used that wire and connected it together using one of the same pieces that was already in the fan, and put it back together, and it actually works. It still works.
That's awesome. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Sweet. So getting into your NASA experience a little bit, can you just, from start to finish, I know that this is a lot, but can you just kind of tell me about the NASA Community College Aerospace Scholars experience from the very beginning to the very end?
Okay, so...
Like I said, I know it's a lot.
Yeah. So the first day, we got to Mississippi, we got to the Stennis Space Center, and we met all of our advisors that were going to be basically over us for the next 4 or 5 days. And we met up with our team. We did a little icebreaker. We got to know each other. Then we got our first assignment, which was to finish designing and assemble our rover that we made over the summer. So we started that part. We did make some modifications here and there as the process went on. But once we got to the first phase, on the first day, we did our first trial run for the mock mission. So there was like no break, no gap. It was right there, right that first day. So we did the mock. We won, actually, the first round. My team gold. We won the first round. And we were just short for the second round. But we got the second round, too. So for second place.
That's awesome.
So then,
yeah, go ahead.
After the first day, that was the first day. So the second and
Wait,
third
that was all the first day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It was a lot,
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah. So the second and third day, we basically got another task, which was to basically treat your team like a business and get a budget together of all the pieces you used and what parts you used. If you 3D printed some parts, which I did, I brought 3D license plate that I put on. And
that you made in the Maker Lab?
Yeah, and it was functional, and I could use it as a part of the rover. So we used that to actually grab the different pieces that we had to get on the obstacle course. So then after that, we took a tour of the different facilities around the NASA headquarters. And those are some of the pictures I showed you with the engine test center, the rocket aerojet system and facility. And then the last day was presentation. We had to make a PowerPoint, assign each person a speaking role, and tell them to describe their role. And then after that, we went for the final competition, which was the last one before the final day, and we got second place. So we were just short, but we got second place overall. So, yeah. And we had the highest budget left over, so that was the goal, to have a lot of money left over that we could use later.
Good.
Yeah.
So how did you find out about this opportunity?
I got an email from my chemistry teacher in the spring.
What's your chem teacher's name?
Dr. Ruchi Jarate.
Can you spell that for me? Because I can't, do you remember
R-U-C-H-I. And then Jarate is J-A-R-A-T-E. IRATH.
Okay. Thank you. I was like, can you spell it? Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the application process and the deadline when you had to apply?
I got the email. I would say I got it in early February, late January for the spring. And the application was to do an essay or to do a project. And I chose to do an essay because at the time our 3D printers were down and I wasn't able to print off anything that I could do for my project. So I decided to do the essay. I don't quite remember the questions because they were really long. But yeah, I answered the questions. I answered the questions. And they gave us a specific article that we had to read, and we had to apply that to how that would be a part of our experience. So that was the application part.
Okay.
So once I got accepted, we had to go through a 5-week online class in the middle of the semester.
Oh, wow.
So in between our classes, we had to find some time to actually watch the videos that they send us, view the articles, and answer quiz questions. So the goal with each quiz question, each quiz was to get a 9 or above, and it didn't have a limit of how many times you took it at that time. So,
do you remember the deadline to apply for the application?
Deadline was... don't remember exactly.
But you said that you received the initial email in, like, January?
Yes.
Okay, that helps.
And we started the process late, I'd say the last week of February.
So that's when you started, like, the online process?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just thinking ahead to, like, when we should release, like, when we do the interview with you, the video recorded sit-down interview with you. I'm trying to think of when we should release it so that way it gives students enough time to also apply for this opportunity, like other SSC students. Okay, gotcha. So what do you think gave you the edge over other students to be selected for this experience?
I always say no one has the same story as you do. You make your own story unique. So with the different the people that I've come across here at SSC, it's kind of given me an edge because they've presented me with opportunities to get ahead and actually propel myself over the others that were applying.
Is that by, like, being a part of the Maker Lab and that sort of things, and the things that you learned in class up to that point? Yes, because
what they were mainly looking for is people that are involved, who want to be involved in engineering and be a part of clubs. Like I'm now president of NSB, so that was a big edge over it too. So
tell me a little bit about. I know this is a little off topic, so we're talking about NASA, but can you just briefly tell me what you do as the president of NSB?
As president, I coordinate meetings. But right now we don't have a lot of officers, let alone members. So I do a lot of the things. I coordinate meetings. I help provide different things for what's it called? Fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
And events at the main campus. Like we just did this past fall. We did a spectacular bake sale. So we showed off a lot of our electronics, and we sold. I made cupcakes, and I sold some of those. And we trying to bring them into the electronic world, so they can see if they want to be a part. That's the things that they can do as being a part of NSB. So.
What have you gotten the opportunity to do being a part of NSBE? Like, what kinds of things?
I got, you mean outside or?
Either outside or inside of the college, some of the things you got to do as being a part of this group.
As well, the NASA experience, of course.
Yes.
I did get 2 job interviews because of my coursework that I have already, and because of my involvement in NSBE and the Maker Lab as well.
Cool. Where were those job interviews?
Crowley Engineering in Cherville, Indiana, and Albot Engineering. I forget where.
That's okay. Yeah, that's really cool that you're already getting to like do job interviews and stuff, and you're still a student.
Yeah, a lot of the times a lot of the corporations and companies, they call specifically Mr. Campbell or the dean to see if they have any students that they recommend for different jobs. Like the Crowley Engineering one, it was for AutoCAD. I took AutoCAD my second year here, my second semester here rather, and yeah, I got a lot of experience taking that class. So the more I worked in a Maker Lab, I was able to use AutoCAD. So and got me exposed to it.
What is AutoCAD?
AutoCAD is a computer-aided design program where you're able to basically convert a 2D sketch. So, like, if you're writing on a square on a piece of paper, that's a 2D sketch, and make it into 3D, which is like a cube.
Cool. And then
be able to print it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going back to your NASA experience, can you tell me why you think it's cool that this opportunity specifically is just for community college students?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Oh, I said, why do you think it's cool that this opportunity is just for community college students?
Well, I think it's cool because it kind of sets us apart besides us being community college students. Like, it's basically telling us that 2-year students. Oh, I have one fact that when I got to the NASA and met all of the people that were who mentored us and advised us, all of them were community college students.
Really?
Everyone at NASA has at one point in life been to community college before working or going to a 4-year university.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
So realizing that's when you kind of understand that if you're in community college, that doesn't mean that you're less than. That means you decided to take 2 years to get a little bit ahead over the people who are going to the 4-year to spend 2 years doing the same thing as you are. You actually have the ability to reach more because it's a smaller campus or a smaller school with a smaller number of kids, that you're able to actually meet people outside rather than going through a dean.
Right.
Or however the university process goes. I don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, you get to be, I think what you're saying is, like, you get to be more of, like, a name than a number, right?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. And then when you actually found out that you were chosen to be one of 280 community college students selected from, like, all across the U.S. to participate in this opportunity, how did you feel?
I felt like I won the jackpot.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I had to, like, pinch myself a lot. It took me a long time to realize that I was about to get on a plane to go all the way to Hancock, Mississippi to actually go see a NASA facility and headquarters. I'm still pinching myself to, like, remind myself that's where I was this summer.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then were you the first student from SSC to be selected for this opportunity?
You know, I think I am.
I think so too, because I've never heard about this before you. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I think I am.
And how did you prepare for this opportunity once you found out you were selected?
After I found out, they pretty much sent us all the things that we would need and it was up to us to figure out how we would get the various things done, like the 3D printed parts, the writing the papers, and reading the articles and the videos. They basically gave us everything we needed, and we just had to find time to use it.
Gotcha. While juggling courses, right?
Yes.
'Cause you said this was in the middle of the semester.
That was very intense.
I bet. Yeah, I bet that had to have been super difficult.
Yeah.
And then can you, so you told me a little bit about the online portion of the program, but what sorts of things did they send you and were you researching?
They gave us, like, they kind of took us back in time in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us a couple of articles dealing with, like, Apollo 11, Apollo 13. The most recent one, was about the 2011 Evolvable Mars campaign, about getting a spacecraft or NASA to go to Mars, or how far they can reach to get close to Mars, and to see if there was life or water or any.
What was there, if anything?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then you said that the Stennis space station is located in Mississippi, correct?
Yes.
And then how long were you there? 4 days?
4 days.
And then your overall goal while you were there was to create this rover, right? And then after that, kind of be able to market it in a business type setting.
Yes.
Okay. And then what are some of the other things you got to see and do while you were there?
Well, we got to tour the Infinity Space Center. That was one of the museums where they have a lot of the artifacts from NASA, or a lot of the kinetic things that kids can see and kids can be interactive with. Mm-hmm. They also had, of course, the gift shop. They had I don't know if you've been to the Museum of Science and Industry.
I have, a long time ago.
They have the IMAX theater.
Yep.
There at the Infinity Center, they have a smaller version of that, but it's more of a, I guess you could say, a business type setting, in a sense. And that's when we talked to the astronaut from Apollo 11.
Do you remember his name?
Hold on, give me 1 second. I think I can find it.
Okay. And you said that this astronaut, he was actually with Neil Armstrong, correct?
Yes, he was a part of that mission.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you remember his name.
I can. You know what? I have his name.
That's okay. It's all right.
In my NASA folder.
That's all right.
At home.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure that we don't absolutely need it, so it's all good. And if I do, I'll just text you, and then you could let me know. Yeah. And then, what was the most memorable part overall about this experience?
Being able to meet new people and really see what it's like to actually be an engineer, working with other engineers on a major project, or what feels like a major project.
And then how did the education you're receiving at SSC help you while you were at NASA? Can you give me an example?
Education I received helped me while I was there.
Yeah, like one of the things that you told me, I think the other day, is how there was like a picture that you had on your phone, and you said that you were able to read like the circuits and understand what was going on, right?
Oh, yeah. So in electronics class here at SSC, in our lab, they give us different schematics. That's what we call them. They're called schematics. Mm-hmm. And it's basically a picture that shows like where the power is going, where each component is going within the system or within the object.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing how to read a schematic here actually helped me when I got there, when I toured one of the facilities there, helped me read what's actually going, where the power is going, where lights are,
Mm-hmm.
what an amplifier looks like, what a emergency switch looks like, what a regular switch looks like, things like that. Different components I can actually view and see and know what they are and be confident in it.
Why do you think other community college students should apply for this, even if they're not specifically studying engineering?
Well, even if you're not specifically studying engineering, there were a lot of other majors there, like chemistry majors, biology majors, astrology majors. You don't specifically have to be an engineering major. You just have to have enough interest to be able to learn with other engineers or with other people that are interested just as you are.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then how did this experience help you reach your eventual career goal?
Well, it did give me something else I can add on my resume.
Yeah, and I think you were mentioning too how there were people there who looked over your resume, right, and gave you feedback or job interviews, potential job interviews or something.
Yes, each group had a specific mentor that really actually worked for NASA in a specific department that actually took time from their days periodically throughout the day to come and see about each team that they had.
Cool. And then go ahead, I'm sorry.
And within that, we were told to create a resume. It's called a curriculum vitae.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of our academic CVs.
Okay.
We use that as a part of a resume. If we were going somewhere else and they didn't need exactly a resume. They wanted just a plot of your coursework that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a CV is. You're basically putting all of the coursework, all of the classes you've taken, the descriptions, the teachers,
Gotcha.
what grade you got on that. So that's basically what they got from us too, as well as our resume. So they were helping us review it and how it should look when you get in industry.
That's awesome. And then what would you like to say to your chemistry teacher that encouraged you to apply and those that selected you to be part of this experience?
Thank you so much. I would have never known about this opportunity. I would have never thought that you could actually go to NASA and you were at a community college and you didn't have to be at a four-year university at all. Thank you for thinking of me. Yeah.
Now, when you actually got to travel, did South Suburban College pay for your flight to go?
No.
Okay, just curious.
Everything was paid for. We just had to go.
Gotcha. So you guys just had to pay for your flight to get there?
No, they paid for the flight ticket.
Oh, wait, South Suburban did or NASA did?
NASA paid for the flight there, flight back, the hotel for the amount of days, the food.
Nice. That's
All
awesome.
we had to do is just bring our clothes.
And yourselves and your research, right?
Yeah, our identification, whatever we needed.
Cool. And then how would you say that SSC is helping you get to where you want to be professionally inside the classroom?
Inside the classroom, it helps me become more aware of what it could potentially look like in industry, like doing the labs and working with other students, if you have other students in your class, be able to work with them and hear their ideas and how they compare and how it would actually add or not add to the project that you're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know that there was one picture that you showed me too where it was like you and two other girls who were in your group, correct, during the NASA experience. Would you say that, do you find the field of engineering to be a welcoming field for women? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I think it's more welcoming now than it was before. because before I noticed that,
Yeah.
a lot of that you don't really see a lot of females
Mhm.
in this type of field. Most fields like this are predominantly male.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter the race; it's just male.
Yeah.
So seeing females in the industry, I guess you could say like it's a lot of people that actually paved the way that to help make females look good in engineering, basically, or in the male predominant field.
Gotcha.
Like Mae Jameson, or Catherine Goebel, or stuff like that. People like that.
Gotcha. And then why do you think that most women don't necessarily choose careers in engineering?
I think they think it's hard. They think it's more difficult than, not to down any other career, but they think that it's more difficult than regular fields that most people think that females should thrive in, which is nursing or teaching or anything else besides electronics or automobiles or airplanes or any other mechanism like that.
Why do you think women specifically should consider a career in engineering?
Because it shows that we can do it too.
Yeah, Rosie the Riveter, right?
Yeah.
And then I know that you said that you're the president of NSBE. Are you a part of any other, a part of like Phi Theta Kappa or any other clubs or organizations on campus?
I actually haven't applied to Phi Theta Kappa. I've been meaning to for the past 2 years, but I have yet to do that.
Yeah, you totally should.
But I'm looking to be a part of Phi Theta Kappa.
Cool.
I'm a part of this women's motivational group that helps women motivate women to finish their career, finish their diplomas.
Is that at the college?
Yes. It's not sponsored through the college, but it's one of these groups that is, I guess, one of the teachers or deans now is an advisor over the group. It's called Blossom.
I've never heard of that. How long have you been a part of this?
Since I got here.
That's really cool.
2015.
How'd you hear about it?
My speech teacher, Natalie Page.
Yeah.
She observed how I was in her classroom, and she thought I was a good fit for it. And yeah, that's how I joined.
What kinds of things do you guys do?
We generally just talk about how each semester is going. If we're having a hard time, we can talk to them about it, or maybe you can give some advice or tips on how you should approach a different situation that you're experiencing while you're pursuing your diploma or your degree.
Cool.
Or certificate.
Sounds like a neat group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell me if there are any other personal obligations or hoops you're jumping through while attending SSC? Some of the things I usually ask are, like if you're attending while taking care of children, single parent, returning adult student, is there a disability you're overcoming? Any of those things?
I don't have kids.
Okay.
I don't have a disability.
Okay. I'm just curious. It's just something that I usually ask. And then, do you have any photos from your time as an SSC student?
One.
Okay, but you do have all that stuff from NASA too, right?
Yeah, I think I might have more than one.
Okay. Yeah, because I'd like to probably, I think we're meeting up right next week so I can get the photos and stuff from you. If you could kind of gather everything that you have, even if it's just like inside the classroom stuff, maker lab stuff, that would be awesome. I'll probably...
Do you need me to be in them?
Either way, if you have that, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. Just kind of anything that you have that's like very visual, that would kind of help with the story. I think that would be awesome. And then I'll probably, just to give you a heads up, I'll probably end up coming to one of your, when you're working in the Maker Lab, I'll probably come out one day to record a little bit of footage of you there. So I have that to work with. And then, are you currently enrolled in any engineering classes this semester?
Yes.
Which one?
Electronics 110, ELC 110.
ELC
That's
110.
electronic circuits 2.
Okay, and then where and when does this class take place?
At the
OFC?
SSC Oak Forest OFC campus.
Okay, and then do you know the days and the times?
What's today? Friday?
Today's Friday, yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, it's from, my lecture is from 4 to 5:30.
Okay.
And my lab time is actually right now.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He let me go in to do the interview.
Oh, is it Desmond?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll reach out to him too because I'll probably need a little bit of footage of you in the classroom as well.
Okay.
And then I think that's pretty much all the questions that I have for you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I just remembered something though.
Yeah, what?
It's not I don't have a disability, but I'm the first one to graduate and will actually receive a degree in my family.
For college?
Yeah, like in general.
That's a huge deal. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's pretty cool because my parents, they did some classes here at South Suburban. My sister did the same. But they didn't really finish, so I was like, I want to finish. So, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I'm super proud of you. I can't wait to see you. I'm always at graduation, so I can't wait to see you walk across that stage, and I will definitely be clapping for you, too. And so the next step in my process is I have to write a paragraph about our conversation that we just had now, and then I have to pitch your story. After that, I'll actually be able to arrange for the video recorded interview with you. So that's kind of the next step in my process. Probably within the next couple weeks, I'll be giving you a call to try and schedule the interview with you. Also, I'll probably schedule it out at OFC. That way we could kill a bunch of birds with one stone. So we could probably knock out your interview, maybe record a little bit of footage of you in class, and then a little bit of stuff in the Maker Lab, too. You don't have any questions or anything for me?
No.
Okay. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for giving me a call back. I appreciate your time, and we'll definitely be in touch soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Julia. Have a good weekend.
No problem. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.